You ever been at the top of the universe? I'm gonna say it. What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail, 6-game suspension. Deshaun Watson got a 6-game suspension in the NFL for all of those shenanigans that quote unquote went on. And the reason I'm talking about it, I talked about it in the beginning because I live in Houston or whatever. The reason I'm talking about it now is because the NFL was warned by the independent arbitrator that the suspension could be short, it could be long, depends on the evidence. So the 6 games, even the NFL is kind of like, what? 6 games? It's like, well, there's the evidence is not really leaning towards he did something to somebody against their will, or he did something malicious, or he committed a crime. It's not there. If if 2 grand juries couldn't indict him, and people used to say, like I heard Shannon Sharp say this, people always say you can indict a ham sandwich. Well, he's a pretty big ham sandwich. You see what I'm saying? So you can't indict him, okay. But you can sue him, and he can settle to get this BS out of the way. So that's what's going on, right? And I thought about it like the NFL is having a bigger issue because in essence, he sat out last year because of this. And then now he's going to sit out, the first 6 games because of this. And the problem is there is no, the people who started this, the people who came up with these accusations, they get no suspensions in their life. They get payoffs. So what people are probably going to hope for is a situation like PJ Washington getting another Instagram chick pregnant, or Mystical, who just got arrested for the R word again. It's like the 3rd time. And they hope in the future this could happen. Now, the caveat with stuff like that is sometimes that is a person's pattern, and that's who they are, and they'll just show themselves at a later date. The other part of that is sometimes you've created a pattern for other people to make the accusation. So I wouldn't be surprised in 2, 3, 5 years, it might not be the masseuse thing, but it might be a maid or something like, oh, here's the accusation. And it's like, come on, man. And people go, see, it's just another occupation, blah, blah, blah. And the issue that the NFL is going to have, and the issue that all of these Me Too people are having, is basically at this particular point, this is a money grab for accusations and nothing really happened. So now you get to trash somebody who's in a higher financial position, a higher financial status, or a higher social status with nothing. And we've seen this play out before because this happened with Michael Jackson. When I was young, I didn't understand that. Like, well, same thing with Bill Cosby. You're younger, some people don't understand it. And it's like, wait a minute. You mean to tell me you can just lie on a person who has money and they'll have to pay you if it creates such a media frenzy that it just looks like a bad look for whatever is involved. So to make the frenzy go away, that's what you're actually paying to stop. That's what that is about. It's not paying the person because you did something to them. It's paying the person because you're on the news every day for something you didn't do. And the more it's on the news, the more people are going to believe it's true. So it's like, whatever. Because when they find out it's a lie, nobody, think about it. Nobody's running down on Amber Heard right now. And that was a trial that was globally watched and on national TV. When you turn flip it the other way, nobody cares like that. Like, oh, you got really lied on. That's messed up. We need to run down on this person all the time and say, you're this and you're that and you're this. They don't do that the other way. They used to say that with newspapers. You know, the headline is at the front, you know, but if they get it wrong, they'll have a retraction months later, you know, on page 10 somewhere in the middle where nobody's reading. So that's the issue. The other thing that's probably problematic about this situation is, and the NFL is going to have an issue with this, and maybe the NBA and MLB and, you know, all entertainment is going to have an issue with this. At some point, you're going to have to sue these women and sue the media. That's the only way to stop this. Only person I can think off the top of my head who got it right was Snoop Dogg. They accused him of something. He said, "No, I'm gonna get you for this." That's gonna probably happen more and more often. Snoop got it right, and now quote unquote Johnny Depp got it right. I take that back. But the media is gonna be next, and I think Bill Cosby might be in the midst of doing that. So these suspensions and these messing with people is gonna come to a head because these guys is gonna start putting people's head on the chopping block, and they deservedly should be doing that. But tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Peace.